Dear viewers, I just wanted to give you a little bit of an advised discretion due to the possibility of some suggestive themes and language in this upcoming story. With that aside, I hope you enjoy my telling of this adventure. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this little cinetale.
As the campaign continues, you will now hear the accounts and decisions of the players within the game.
A low ping noise cut through the tense silence emanating from Peter's monitoring device. Guys, he addressed the group, his voice tinged with urgency. The truck is on the move. Holy Jake exclaimed, his eyes darting to the Dungeon Master in a plea for guidance. What do we do now? The Dungeon Master met Jake's gaze with a perplexed expression. Don't look to me, he retorted. The truck is coming. What are you going to do? Shh, Jake muttered, his mind racing to formulate a plan in the face of the impending threat. Okay, we only have minutes, maybe at best. Here is the plan. We're gonna... Jake began, only to be interrupted by James. I've got it, James interjected confidently. I'll just play dead in the middle of the road while you all take positions. Jake's exasperation was palpable. What are you doing? No! He protested. We're not going with the play dead plan in front of a moving truck, especially with a driver who is probably just as drunk as the guys he's driving back to the compound. As Ryan pointed out the approaching headlights, the urgency of the situation intensified. James exclaimed in frustration, relenting. Fine! We'll go with the play-dead plan! James enthusiastically assumed the position in the middle of the road, his determination unwavering despite the risky nature of the ploy. Jake swiftly issued orders to the rest of the team, guiding them on where to position themselves. With a silent nod of understanding, they assumed their designated spots, each one steeling themselves for the imminent confrontation with the oncoming truck. The air was heavy with anticipation as they waited in the darkness, the sound of the approaching engine growing louder and more distinct with each passing second. The low rumble of the approaching truck grew steadily louder, each vibration seeming to reverberate through Jake's body as he watched with a mix of fear and anxiety. James's lifeless form lay sprawled across the road, a still figure in the path of the oncoming vehicle. Beads of sweat began to gather on Jake's forehead, a physical manifestation of his mounting nervousness.
God, he's definitely gonna get run over,
he murmured to himself, his voice barely audible over the sound of the engine's roar. Ryan, positioned with unwavering focus, readied the crosshairs of his sniper rifle, his trained eye fixed firmly on the driver of the truck. With a taut readiness, he prepared to take the shot if the situation spiraled out of control, his gaze unwavering and his resolve unyielding. The tension in the air was palpable, the impending moment of truth hanging in the balance as the truck barreled closer, its headlights casting an eerie glow over the scene unfolding in the darkness of the night.
Guys, relax. This is gonna work, trust me.
James reassured over comms as he lay in the middle of the dirt road like rotting roadkill.
James, shut up a second and just keep playing dead,
said Jake.
Ryan, on my go, start taking out whoever comes out of that vehicle, starting with the driver.
Copy that.
The Dungeon Master picked up the D20 and rolled the die to determine if the truck driver would stop the vehicle or continue on his set trajectory while maintaining his speed of travel.
God, this better work, James.
The DM watched the nervous faces of the players as he rolled the die. It was a successful roll. The group let out a sigh of relief as Josh, playing the character James, burst out into laughter. "You see, I told you it would work," said Josh. The truck came to a stop in the middle of the road just before James's lifeless body.
Guys, it's working. I can't believe it's working. Shut up, shut up. The driver is getting out of the truck now.
With an expression of bewilderment etched on his face, the driver of the truck stepped out, his eyes darting back and forth in confusion. He raised his voice, shouting animatedly in the direction of the other soldiers at the rear of the truck, his tone a mix of concern and urgency. As he cautiously approached James' seemingly lifeless body sprawled across the road.
Take him out.
The crack of Ryan's silenced sniper rifle shattered the stillness of the night, the bullet finding its mark as the driver's head snapped backward, his body crumpling to the ground in a heap mere inches from James's motionless form. The passenger in the truck, witnessing the sudden and violent turn of events, appeared frozen with shock, his horrified expression etched in the glow of the surrounding darkness. In a frantic attempt to react, he reached for his weapon, his movements desperate and frenzied as he simultaneously sought to alert his fellow soldiers in the back of the truck. However, before he could take any further action, it was too late. James had already given the order to Ryan to eliminate the passenger and anyone else exiting the vehicle.
Team, you are clear to take targets out as you see them,
said Jake. James immediately popped up from his lifeless state on the ground, readying his weapon to take out anyone he sees. The sudden eruption of a second shot pierced the chaotic night, unleashing a violent explosion of crimson red that engulfed the interior of the vehicle. In a frenzied whirlwind of chaos, drunken soldiers, their senses jolted by the unexpected assault, scrambled haphazardly from the back of the truck, their movements clumsy and uncoordinated as they opened fire indiscriminately in all directions. In a synchronized display of skill and precision, the rest of the team swiftly took aim, methodically eliminating each threat one by one as the cacophony of gunfire and shouts reverberated through the air. Amidst the chaos, the relentless blare of the truck's radio persisted in the background, a dissonant accompaniment to the pandemonium unfolding in the darkness.
Contact left, back of the truck. They're coming around the right side.
Target left, down.
Oh God, did you see what just happened to that guy's head? All clear. Will somebody shut that radio off? You didn't have to shoot the damn thing. I just asked you to turn it off. What the f?
The Dungeon Master rolled the dice once more to see if the ambush was heard or noticed by anyone in town. The roll was in the team's favor. No one in the distant town noticed the gunfire. The team was cleared to proceed with their mission unhindered for now. As the team stood amidst the aftermath of the intense encounter, a somber silence hung in the air, mingling with the dissipating gun smoke that wafted in spirals around them. James, displaying strong leadership, swiftly gave the order to clear the road of the fallen bodies, directing his teammates to conceal them within the nearby foliage. In a stroke of resourcefulness, Ryan suggested salvaging the uniforms and weapons from the deceased soldiers, an idea that the team readily agreed upon. Each member quickly located a suitable uniform, stashing them away in the back of the truck in preparation for any potential future use. Once the area was sanitized and the necessary preparations were made, Peter voiced the question that lingered on everyone's mind. What came next? Should they press forward with the mission, or divert their attention to uncovering the mystery surrounding Thomas Jones? Jake, after a brief moment of contemplation, deferred to the collective judgment of the group. With unanimous resolve, they reached a decisive conclusion. They would head to the safe house as directed by Thomas, determined to unravel the perplexing enigma that had enveloped their mission. Jake wasted no time in issuing the command to load up the truck and prepare to depart. The team swiftly filed into the vehicle, with Ryan assuming the driver's position. Peter, equipped with the coordinates on his device, guided Ryan along the designated path as they set out on the next leg of their unpredictable journey. The engine roared to life and the truck rumbled forward, each passing moment bringing them closer to the resolution they sought, the weight of uncertainty lingering heavily in the air around them.
Would have been nice to have some music to listen to during the drive. Idiot.
The atmosphere within the truck remained heavy with unspoken apprehension as the team journeyed onward, each member grappling with their own thoughts and uncertainties regarding the impending encounter at the safe house. As the outline of the seemingly abandoned two-story building gradually materialized in the distance, the tension within the vehicle palpably intensified, Jake's growing nervousness mirroring the team's collective unease. A surge of doubt coursed through Jake's mind, the weight of potential consequences bearing down on his thoughts. What if this decision led them into greater peril? Or perhaps, what if it brought them one step closer to unraveling the enigma shrouding their mission? A tumult of conflicting possibilities churned within him, leaving him grappling with the repercussions of the choices made and the choices yet to be faced. With a furrowed brow, Jake instructed Ryan to pull the truck to a stop just outside the perimeter of the building. As the engine came to a halt, the team braced themselves for the uncertain circumstances that awaited them beyond the truck's doors. Turning to Peter, Jake directed him to remain vigilant and attempt to access any electronic systems within the building, while assigning James to provide backup and support for Peter should the need arise. Glancing at Ryan, Jake communicated their joint course of action. They would approach the building together and initiate contact, prepared for whatever awaited them on the other side. The mission ahead loomed large, the team poised on the precipice of a pivotal moment that would determine the trajectory of their collective fate.
You boys know the plan. Let's make it happen.
Jake and Ryan exited the vehicle and started making their way to the entrance of the safe house, ready for whatever outcome awaited them. Well, I'm not sure about you, but I definitely got a little sweaty after reading this chapter of the best of the best. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. For now, this little cinetale is to be continued. Stay tuned for episode 6 to find out what happens to the team as they enter the safe house. And as always, stay curious, my friends.
As we close this chapter with the curious Scriptorium, don't forget to like and subscribe for more intriguing tales. Thanks for joining us, and until we meet again, stay curious.